Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our TED Talk class. Today we will speak about a TED Talk about emotions and emotional intelligence or something. It's a totally new term for me, so let's describe a bit. So, uh, speaker presented us like a six steps of something, but let's start from the definition. What is emotion, and what emotions in general, and what is emotional intelligence? Leila, could you help us?
Yeah, emotional intelligence is to be aware of your emotions, to control your emotions, to
Yeah, but
express, to
but what
express.
is emotion? What is this?
Emotions are the feelings you feel,
Mhm.
but
So hungry,
emotional,
no?
yeah. Go
So
ahead.
hungry, in pain, it's a feelings.
Yeah, of course, because if I say I'm an emotional person, it means
Yeah.
that I've got, just a lot of emotions. I can be very sensitive. But emotional intelligence, it means also how to handle your emotions as well.
Mhm.
For example, there are lots of types of intelligence, and I am bodily kinesthetic intelligence person.
What does it mean?
So it means that I'm good at sense of timing. I'm good at a great body, mind-body coordination. uh, I can express myself using my fingers, hands. So I move a lot. But emotional intelligence is feel empathy, share your feelings, calm down other people, and cheer them up, but also to handle yourself. I
Oh,
can't manage this last one.
okay. The word that I can think about is awareness or something. Is it related? What do you think? Jacques,
Awareness,
could,
yeah.
could you could you help us with these definitions?
Yeah,
Emotions and yeah,
it's
please.
important to handle and manage our emotions, but first we need to identify them. So that's emotional intelligence, the ability to identify our emotions and the others, and to manage and handle them. And
Okay.
awareness is being aware of our emotions.
Okay.
So we have feelings, and we feel different feelings, and we are aware, so we can act over this awareness.
Yeah. I think you are an expert in this regard because I remember once we had a TED talk about Buddhism, about all these
Mm.
meditation things, and it was all about emotions, right?
Mm.
Not all, but many connected things. Okay, so we will back to this. Sergey, do you remember anything from this talk, like these 6 points? Can you name something?
Yes, I remember some points, and the first points and a knowledge about emotions. The second points handle your emotions, maybe.
Okay, let's stay on the first one. So be aware of your emotions. Do you remember in the TED talk there was a circle, full of emotions? I was surprised how many are there because I have like two, maybe three. I can be sad, I can be angry, and I don't know. Probably
So
that's why.
first one is acknowledge emotions, acknowledge your
Yes,
emotions.
acknowledge emotions. Yep, yep.
That's the
Yeah,
first.
yeah. How many emotions do you know, Sergey? 100 or four?
Hungry, sympathy, hungry, and annoying, and uh, happiness, and the like those emotions, and uh,
Okay.
pay we remember the cartoon about the emotions inside the hand of small girl,
Oh, I haven't watched it.
but it's a very famous cartoon about a small person inside the hand of the girl. Then emotions rule this girl.
Okay, what
It's
what do you think? Why it's important to know these emotions? Why we teach children that is sad, that is angry, that is happy? Why it's important?
Because for them it's very important to understand their emotions, and then uh, they uh, they saw a lot of situation. They will know how what emotions.
What an emotions they have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you think that they will like react accordingly because they know when you're hungry, calm down. When you hungry, eat something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, and after that they will understand these emotions, and they will to rule their emotions, because it's
Okay,
very important for if you have the relationships as a person.
okay. Vasans, please, do you have a question?
Yes, what do you think about the emotion? Are they inherited in our DNA, or we just teach among uh, ourselves? Because I can see we are crying both during happiness and sad. So I think we define some emotions by ourselves, by our terminologies, I think. So do you think, are they inherited, or we
It's
just
a, it's a,
start?
it's a, it's a very good question. I believe that some emotions are like in our nature. So we are angry not because someone told us to be angry. We just it's just a not natural thing. But what about all of them? I'm not sure. So do you think that there is some not natural emotions, something that we teach children, something artificial? Jart, do you think so?
Yeah, I think the environment is important. What children see around them is what they made them their emotion. For instance, being more selfish, um, more anger, more rage in a violent environment. You have seen that in many people that had been, beaten when they were children. Then, when they were adult, they did the same. So
Yeah, but can we teach someone emotions? For instance, it's just a silly instance, but I can't imagine better one. So, for instance, whenever I see a sunset, I feel sad. Can we teach a guy that he will feel that every time when he see some sunset? Is it possible? For instance, some artificial emotions. I see a river and I start to cry. Why? Because I feel sad. For instance, something like this. Leila, what do you think? Is it possible?
Oh, I'm lucky, when I see a sunset or when I see the sea, oh, I can cry. But what I'm thinking is that you can't teach these inner feelings. What you can teach is how to be cruel, how to be merciless, how to feel anger. It's a kind of brainwash. You can just have a brainstorm and you can just make the children, especially children, um, make them learn hate the others.
Yeah,
And
but I think, sorry, Leila, but I think we like messing things. In my opinion, hate is not an emotion. I
no, what I'm saying is that you can teach them good things, but it takes a long time. Oh, this is what I'm thinking. Just think that a man living
okay.
on an island and
Yeah,
no emotions at all, you can teach him a lot of things by sharing, by just treating him very well. But good emotions, I think they are genetic.
yeah. So my question, to all of us and Leila for you. So please provide any example. One example of emotions that it is not natural. That if no one told you, you don't have it. Is it?
I will tell you something. Was I once
Vasans, you please.
Yes, um, what Leila said was about she was telling about teaching humans about being merciless. I think my opinion is teaching how to be calm and how to be uh, kind is the hardest thing than teaching human to be merciless or to be cruel, because maybe I think this book influenced me, but because we have evolved from the caveman timeline, and during that timeline we had the anger and all the merciless thing in our DNA, because we were very how to say that, we always had a fear about the insecureness, in the universe. So I think that is inherited in our DNA. But later, after that, we taught ourselves about being kind and all the mercy
Yeah,
things.
be kind, be calm, and those. But in my opinion, it's not emotions. It's like a behavior. It's like a reaction. So we don't teach emotions. We teach like behavior. We teach like a reaction. So, and my point is, I think that it's impossible to teach emotion. We just feel them. It's just an our natural thing. Layla, please. Layla, please.
Ivan, do you think anger
Yeah.
is emotion?
Yes, anger is emotion, and I can see the small baby can have anger. I have not told them yet.
Okay. After Sergey and Gerard, I will tell you something.
Okay, Sergey, please.
Maybe I don't agree with you, because the emotions connect with our big behavior. Our behavior, the next stage of our emotions,
Yep,
and
I agree with this.
it's and you told about our behavior. Our behavior. It's not emotions. Hate
Yeah,
is not emotions. The
Sergey, I'm
hate
sorry.
emotions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sergey. My point was that be calm, or or be kind. It's like reaction. It's not emotion. But emotions. Anger, sad, something like this. What we like have naturally.
Uh, our reaction is our emotions.
So you think that? Okay, let's return to this later. Gerard.
Emotions are our feelings. It can be joy, it can be anger, it can be hatred, amazement, surprise, admiration, terror, different things.
Yeah.
So we what need to educate or to teach is how to manage them, how to deal with them, how to manage them. But those are feelings, they are inherent in us, all those emotions. We don't teach to have those emotions because they are inside us in different measures.
Exactly.
Some people hate
Exactly.
more than others.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my point. We cannot like teach emotions. We can teach like only reactions or
How to deal
behaviors.
with them, how to manage them.
Yeah, how to manage them. So, for instance, guys, let's think about some artificial emotions, something not natural. For instance, we have a baby. We have a baby. If we don't teach him how to, I don't know, react, how I'm trying to explain. So, if, he even a small baby or baby already have all those emotions, in my opinion. Layla, what do you think?
Ivan, you asked a question at the beginning of the hangout. You said, what is the difference between emotions and emotional intelligence? And
Yep.
now you gave the answer.
What is the answer?
You told us you can't teach. These are emotions. Emotional intelligence says how to handle your emotions.
Okay. Nice. We see the difference. Sergey, please.
Yes, I have. I think that we have the the similar set of emotions, each people, but our level of emotions depends of our temperament. And if you are Italian or the South people, you have a lot of emotions because you expressive. But if you Norwegian or Sweden or Russian people, you have the low level of emotions.
Why? I think we have the same emotion, but we just react different because on the south it's normal to express yourself, with hand, Madre mia, blah, 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 blah. In Russian culture, you just keep calm, be quiet. What we teach our children: stop crying, be quiet, be strong.
It's it's a wrong way. Now we understand that it's a wrong way. It's a it's not good for teach my children don't cry because you are boy. It's
Mhm.
what's
I I
problem? It's
I
I'm
still do.
sad. I want to cry.
Okay. Okay. I cry as well, but I teach my boy. You are strong. You are the face.
Not
Of
I
humankind.
have another way.
Okay. What's please?
Yeah, sometimes the culture and the landscape, the climate involves with the emotions and the behaviors because I personally saw when somebody dies, then people here usually scream and they just like do that like this. So because they wanted to let the sad or grieveness out of their mind, so they does this. But in foreign countries, I have never seen people cry that much. They usually just let tears out and just weeping a little, letting out a little sound as much as possible. So sometimes it depends on the landscape and the climates.
Yes, it's part of our culture. It's influenced by culture, I think. But do we feel different? I don't think so. I think that we feel the same way. We just taught to react like different. Layla, please. Am
I
I?
agree with Vasant. Culture is really, really important. But the thing is that we are the same. The only thing is that we show our feelings in a different way. I told you the story maybe. I just hit somebody on his shoulder by accident and I touched him. I'm sorry. And the man liked it. And my son said, "Hey, don't touch anybody here." Because in my country, we can say, we can touch people. I'm sorry. They don't misunderstand you. Here, my son said, "Don't, mom. Mom, don't." So it's the culture, but you're right. We show our feelings in a different way, maybe.
So more or less, we agree that we all humans we have the same feelings, more or less,
Our
the same set of feelings. Or do you think there is some unique things? For instance, Spaniards have special feelings for something. I don't know, for good sunset. Yeah, is it possible or not, Gerard? What do you think?
I think people in Spain, especially people from the south, are more. In Spain there is this dance flamenco.
Yeah.
So Japanese people love flamenco a lot. There are a lot of places in Japan that they have flamenco shows because of that. Because they have to repress their emotions, and they love how flamenco shows emotions.
I
Yeah.
love flamenco.
I think it's a perfect example. Yeah, sometimes people just show their emotions through the dance. Yeah, it's not common, for instance, in Russian culture. Yeah? We don't show it this way. I just raise my eyebrow, and people know that I'm in love. Or something. So, Sergey, please.
Yes, I remember the artificial way for teaching the emotions. It is a football. It's a football match when during the match you could feel the sad and you could feel the joy like in yesterday and the days of yesterday. It's a very and you have a lot of emotions and after matches with my children and I understand that my daughter looks like not emotions very silently permanently but in the football he he was cried he was joy about the goal. It's a I think that it's a good way for teaching. It's my opinion.
So teach, but should we teach emotions? We just decided that we don't have to.
We can
We
teach them emotional intelligence.
Yeah, and speaking about football, Sergey, I can watch 100 matches of football at row and have nothing, no emotions at all.
Because you don't like football.
Yeah, I'm not connected to that. So some people run, some people kick the ball. So why
Yeah.
should I feel something about this?
Yes, if you support the team, you will have the emotions. If
Okay,
you
so
don't have it, if you don't like, if you okay, it's your way. It's you like the opera, and you go to the opera, and you could have a lot of emotions when the person singing. Why? It's not true.
yeah, I
It's a
understand.
story, but
Yeah,
but you feeling the joy and the set after the set
exactly,
mostly
exactly.
after the opera.
So our compromise. So we decided that all the humans they have kind of the same set of emotions, kind of the same set. They react different, but they have the same set. And now it's a new topic. Sergey mentioned how we raise, how we trigger our emotions, right? So
Yeah.
Sergey watching football, I'm listening to opera, yeah, and it's different. So I think how we trigger our emotions we can teach them, so it's a kind of educational process, you know. If you are from a poor ghetto, you will like football, for instance. If you I'm joking, of course.
I like the ballad.
Okay, and you beat me at that. I can't,
Yeah.
I cannot tolerate ballet at all. Yeah. So yeah. So should we like teach our children to react to more things, or you know, football, opera, something, flamenco, dances, anything else? So to have more triggers, or should we teach them to have less triggers, to feel less? What do you think, Leila? Please.
As a teacher, I just want my children to show their emotions, but also to handle them. This is emotional intelligence, as I told you before, but it is not very easy. But by giving them rewards, you can teach emotional intelligence, Ivan. For example,
Yeah.
I can say I'm going to share a very short story. One of the children is very tense, and he shows anger to everybody. So by giving him some rewards day by day, we control him, and he learns how to control his anger, at least in the classroom.
Okay, so you found a way how to
No,
make
just rewards.
just rewards. Okay, it always works. Carrot and stick, right? Two
Yeah,
things.
sticking up.
Yeah, but but Leila, let's return back to previous question. For instance, let's see, you know, two humans, yeah, me and Sergey. Sergey have emotions about football, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't have them. I don't have. I just don't care for football. I just don't understand. I naturally have no emotions. Does it mean that Sergey is better developed in that regard? Should I have the same intention or not? What do you think?
So it is a kind of hobby. It is not emotion.
But Sergey have emotions. Yeah?
Your hobby is different. For example, Sergey loves football and he shows his emotions there and he gets relaxed. What is your emotion you want?
About Sergey? Nothing.
No, no, about football, nothing. Okay,
Nothing. Yeah.
tell us one of your hobbies.
Opera.
Yeah. For instance.
So how do you feel?
Sorry. Come
How
again.
do you feel when you you listen to opera?
Well, it depends on the story. You know, sometimes I cry, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I sympathize to these personas
You
on the
see,
stage.
you show your emotions there,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
watching football.
Yeah, but should we teach our children to have more emotions or to have less emotions? You know,
No,
Gerard, Gerard, what do you
I think you are mixing up. Having emotions, there are different things that can give us emotions or feelings, but
Yeah.
you don't need to teach that. The problem is, or the thing is, how to deal with them, being aware of them, and how to deal with them. That's it. And you have opera, and Sergey has football, all other emotions. You have to deal with them and being aware of them. Yeah, that's it.
But I'm pretty sure if I have a good teacher, you know, he or she can teach me, you know, to sympathize with football. You know, it will take 10 years, but finally it's possible, I think.
It's not necessary. If football is not your hobby, why when do you have feeling? When you have feeling about football? If you don't like football,
Yeah, maybe because if I have more triggers of my emotions, maybe my life will be best quality. More, I do you think so? No?
You need to worry about the things you like or dislike, the things that affect you. You cannot be about all the things that happen in the world. Have emotion about everything.
Yeah. So artistic person. Sergey, please.
Yes, if we talk about the children, I think that we have to teach, and I'm teaching my children. I'm explain about emotion, about their reaction of other experience for meeting with annoying person, with sad situation, because now and nowadays the people with the good emotional intelligence could have more opportunity to have good job, because for example, in our company we have special courses of developing emotional intelligence, like an IQ, because it's very important when you understand your colleagues, your bosses,
Yeah.
your other person, because you could improve the process.
Okay, Leila, what do you think?
I agree because the speaker also emphasized the fact that emotional intelligence means knowing and understanding yourself, and this helps you our interpersonal relations. So there is a long article on Google about emotional intelligence if impact on business life. This is
Mhm.
important.
Okay, so we are going to handling emotion. Okay, so this is emotion intelligence. So we know all our emotions, all the specter of them. Yeah, we know how react. I feel sad. So what should I do? I feel angry. How should I react? Yeah, count to 10, for instance. It's a pretty ancient trick. Yeah, so if you feel angry, just take a pause, something like this. Sergey, you
Maybe.
had a training, yeah? You had a training because of this regard. Teach us something.
Uh, Unfortunately, I didn't have that training, but in our company they have, but I didn't train. But it's interesting. This topic is interesting me because I have more level of emotions than you, but I didn't have the high IQ, and my way in my job for rules via emotions better than rules my intellect. Understand
Well,
me?
nope, nope. So you think that emotional intelligence will give you more results than just raising your IQ if it's possible? Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's my way.
Uh, let's ask Leila. Leila, you have a
Because
question?
because I have some colleagues more intelligent me who helped me because I have the good sympathy with them.
Well, what you're talking about, I kind of understand. In my industry, we have like set of skills, hard skills. We call them hard skills,
Yeah, yeah,
and soft
and
skills.
yeah,
So hard skills, it's math, physics, IT, whatever you
yeah.
can count. Yeah,
I agree.
your
Yes,
expertise.
I
Uh,
agree.
and soft skill, how you go to your boss to ask for a raise. Yeah, and you if you are better in soft skills, probably your career is going smoothly. Then you have a solid set of hard sets. That's what you're talking about.
Maybe that's I have a lot of examples when the person go away from the company because they have the bad emotional relationships with the colleagues, with the bosses, but they have the good salary. But they wait to other company with the small salary with the good relationships because they have the bad emotions from this work, from this job.
Well, mhm. Leila, do you have a question?
I was going to ask you and the other friends of mine, how do you control or handle your emotions?
Nice question, and we have an expert for this. Sure, please teach us how to handle our emotions. And
Yeah.
I'm
Good luck.
especially interested in anger. I feel anger a lot.
I think I told you many times the fact of doing meditation regularly gave me the this awareness to see our emotions and to control them. And that this is come out naturally without doing anything. It's a change in my personality due to doing meditation. And I watched the TED talk, and the speaker said that she writes down their emotions. He likes to write down the emotions. So
Yeah, yeah. It sounds interesting. Yeah, someone attack you, and you say you take your notebook and write. Someone attacked me. I feel angry.
no, feeling angry is something subjective, but because the same thing that someone attacks you verbally, the same thing can make you angry, and to me, nothing. It's something
Yep.
subjective.
And yeah, I understand exactly. Yeah. So some people, for instance, a policeman, yeah, he is attacked like 100 times during the shift. Yeah. So no feelings at all. Yeah, just a job. I understand. And for me, it will be like a huge event. Wow. Yeah. Or for instance, losing money. Yeah, you lose money. I feel sad, but some financial broker or something. It's just a job. We lose money. We will get them back. Something like this. Yeah. So should we train now? Yes. So
What about you, Ivan? How do you control your feelings?
I scream a lot. I yell on people. I beat them. So it's how I get calm.
Would you like to come and visit Turkey, please?
Why? Well, actually, speaking seriously, as Sergey mentioned, in Russia we have like a special cultural code for this. If you show too much emotions, you are weak. You should not do this. Yeah, you should
Yeah.
not cry. You should not yell. You just be quiet most of the time. Not like for Japan culture or something, but something between. Yeah, Gerard, please.
Did you notice that people from colder places are more like you said?
Yes, I can see that, but I'm not sure why. Maybe we save our energy or what. Leila, please.
My father was a very logical person. My mother always controls her feelings. She never shows her feelings. So I'm in between. But believe me, I act just listening to my emotions, and I just can't handle my emotions sometimes. There is black and white, no gray in my life. And this is a kind of fault.
Yeah, so you just feel inconvenience, yes, because of this.
Of course, because it makes me rebellious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand.
When you see your president on television, you cannot control.
I can break the television.
You need to turn off the television immediately.
Yeah, but the opposite thing. Look at this Japanese. Yeah, even when someone tell we killed all your family, and he sits like, okay,
How they manage that, I wonder.
they meditate probably. Yes, John.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know whether they cannot manage that. They just kill themselves. Some of them, they have many problems.
Yeah, but I mean that it's very deep inside. When Sergey told, for instance, that I teach my boy that he can cry. Well, kind of I can do the same, but deep inside I will feel that it's incorrect anyway. So I expect, just calm person. You are a man, be calm. Leila, please.
Extreme things are always dangerous. So let them cry, but to some extent.
5 minutes a week. Oh, how
No,
much?
no, that's not I meant.
Okay, Sergey, how much crying is acceptable a week for a week?
It's a joke. I understand you. I don't know. And if you want to cry, please cry. If you want to, if my boy want to handle me, please handle me. If you
Yeah.
want to have joy, please joy. It's a good because if I could to close his emotions, sometimes we will have the problem with the blow his emotions in the future when I don't know, maybe some person kill the animals, maybe some person kill each other because they can't rule these emotions. They can't to have the good relationships with other emotions, with the other position.
Yep, I understand. Gerard, please.
We need to look at the reason why they are crying, because sometimes children have tantrums. They
Yeah.
cry because of stupid things. So in this case, it's not good crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want this TV. Give me. Leila, please.
I do this at the customs. I am full of tears, and the customs officer say, "Bye bye, see you next time." I don't.
Well, but I understand what Sergey is talking about. So yes, if you, what's the word for this? Oppress your emotions inside you, one day it will, blow. If you don't have, let's say like a steam machine, steam. What's the name for it? Steam car? If a lot of pressure inside, it will blow one day. Yeah, but we have hobbies for that. Yeah, we have wives to yell at.
Football is one of them.
Yeah, football. Yeah, Sergey. So on how about this compromise? On your job you don't cry, but when you go to football you cry a lot. What about this?
Maybe I don't know about the usual situation in the south country like Spain, like Italy, like Turkey. How person behave in the work, in the jobs. Could you cry in the job? In the job, could you be angry? Could be sad and joy? I don't know. But in our job, I could be angry in my office, and I will put my telephone handset, and I will talk. I will speak the swear words. It
Yeah,
my way. It my way from send my bad emotions from me.
yeah, but it's one way. You
And
can be angry. Yeah, you can yell at people, but can you cry on your job, on your working place?
I
I cannot
can't.
manage to
But
make my plan.
Ivan, it's a cry. It's the one. It's the south polus.
Yeah, so, you mean south side of the world or something. Yeah?
Of the side of the word cry. I can't. I never cry in my job. Why? So strangely. And,
Wow, you have
but
some impossible
but
plan to do. Yeah, you just cry. No, I can't. Well, for
no
instance,
no.
speaking
I
about
have the
flamenco, way they dance flamenco, they cry sometimes.
several weeks ago, and I heard about the situation when a lot of girl cry in my office because they work with bad team leader as an old team leader like a Soviet Union manager with beating with the
Yeah.
swear
No,
words
no,
with the
no carrot, no carrot, only stick. Yeah.
no with the permanently pressure. Sometimes the girl can't work and they start to cry. It's a very unusual for me. And she is she crying? Yeah, but it's unusual. Seriously,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
because
Yeah, so it's different. Yeah, all emotions are like different. Some of them are acceptable in our culture. Some of them like totally acceptable. Can you imagine your boss crying? It's so hard. I can't manage this. Can you imagine this?
not.
No, impossible. Leila, please tell us
This
how to cry.
A boss can be chosen by taking some standards into consideration, my friend. A boss can't cry. But I want to ask you something. In my country, just think that a woman and a man, a couple, are walking, and
Yep.
another man says some bad things to the girl. The
Yep.
Turkish guy just fights in an instant, hits in the eye. What about in your country?
In my country, husbands have to cry all the time.
No, come on.
in our relations, our our wives made of steel. We always cry.
Gigi, it's a man.
Yeah, Sergey, please.
Yes, but otherwise, I can imagine when my boss start to be angry, start to be sad, start to be joy. It's understandable for me. But
Yeah,
crying, it's an unusual situation,
yeah,
unusual. But
yeah. So
other emotions we could feel.
yeah, Vasans, I'm glad that you managed to come back. So we are talking about emotions on your working place. So Sergey just shared that he cry a lot on his working place. Vasans, is it acceptable in India on your working place? Can you cry because your job is very hard or something?
No, do not cry in public, but sometimes, in very few instances, female use this trick to get out of uh, the pressure from the uh, boss, also. Because if they cry and out of the boss room, then everybody else will think about what would boss do. So it's they would a lot of
Yeah.
how to say that the interpretation make them feel embarrassed. So that is a trick people use, but they don't cry usually. They get angry, um, but me, I usually stay calm as usual.
Yeah. Why? Because it's your natural thing, or because your culture demand you to stay calm?
No, it's my nature usually, because when people pressurize, at least they would tell somebody else that they feel very depressed because of the pressure from the boss. But I usually do not share my uh, sad feelings to anyone
Yeah, but
because it
be
spreads.
careful. Be careful. Sergey told us if you oppress your feeling inside, it can blow up one day, and you will kill someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Sergey, please.
Yes, about blown up. We remember about a lot of cases in US when the pupils take their arms and they kills a lot of other pupils because their parents couldn't teach to know their emotions.
Yeah. Well. Let me disagree. I think there are more reasons for that. Not just because
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, I agree, but I think that's additional this way because in US culture we cover our emotions before the artificial light. Hello, how are you? And inside the I'll kill you. It's
Yeah.
it's my opinion.
Okay. So be honest. Show your emotions. Yeah. Your advice. Okay. Leila, please.
I was going to say, day by day, it depends on the society where you live. Your emotions can change, or you stop to handle them. For example, I used to be very calm, as Gerard knows this, very kind, I don't want to hurt anybody. Now I become aggressive.
Yep. Because of environment. Yes. Because of
Yes,
circumstance.
yes.
I understand. Yes. Some. Yeah, I agree. I agree that environment is very important. Environment kind of sets the level of our, triggers of two emotions. Because
Yeah.
if you live in a poor country, you will not cry if you don't have, barbecue today, right? So because you just used to that, something like this. Yeah. Well, okay, I don't think we covered this TED talk very well, but we have a nice conversation. So let's go back to TED talk. We have 10 minutes more. So let's speak about these steps or all these tricks. Gerard, do you remember some of them?
Yes, and I wrote down all of them.
Yeah, please teach us something.
Step one, acknowledge our emotions. So we need to realize about our emotions, which ones we have.
Yep.
Step 2, differentiate and analyze emotions. Okay.
And I think it's very important, sometimes, for instance, children, they just don't understand what they are sad or angry or something. I want this ice cream. Why you? Yeah. For instance, and I ask, and what do you feel because of that? I don't know what I feel. I just want the ice cream. Yeah.
And what do you do, Ivan?
Well, I kind of negotiate. I say you will get it after your exam or something like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about differentiation and next one.
Analyze emotions. Step 3, accept and appreciate those emotions.
Yeah. Why we should appreciate them? Sure.
I don't know. You are conscious. You are aware of those emotions. It helps to upset them so they don't affect you negatively.
Yeah. And my point on this, I think we should appreciate them because it can be a good driver to your action. Yeah. If you understand that I'm sad, for instance, and it can be a driver for you. My thing. Leila, do you agree with that?
As Gerard told us, the step 3 is very important. Appreciate emotions also means that, for example, you join a funeral and they're grieving their sadness. You appreciate their emotions, and it brings empathy as well.
Yep.
The speaker mentioned about it.
Yes. So, Josh, please continue.
Step 4, reflect on your emotions and their origin. So
What does it mean?
is similar to to think about these emotions and where they come from. What's the reason of this emotion?
Mm-hmm.
Step 5, handle our emotions. Yeah. Step 6, handle the emotions of others.
Yeah.
Leila, so
I was going to one for 4, reflect on your emotions. At Sergey, you mentioned, otherwise we can explode.
But I kind of oppress my emotions, and it's handling. I handle them by this way. I oppress them.
In some extent, not a lot. You maybe on your own you can do that. Sometimes I do that on my own. But get rid of those negative emotions. Am I right, Gerard?
Yes.
Why are you laughing, saying yes?
Because we just love you and you wisdom, Leila. That's why.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you feel something now?
Me?
Yeah.
Something what?
I don't know. I just, it was in TED Talk. Always ask about emotions, other people. So I ask you, what do you feel, Leila, when you say that we love you and you wisdom?
Ivan, to tell you the truth, I can manage the steps, but not when I am concerned, because I can't handle my emotions. So she said this is very important, and from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start working on it.
Okay. Nice moral from the TED Talk. It's not for free now. Gerard, please.
Yeah, I was thinking about Leila. How could you manage your emotions, your anger emotions that your president provokes you?
Yeah.
That
Well,
I never swear. I
well,
never shout at people. No. I'm just going to tell you how I control my anger. I just show my feelings either by writing on Facebook, very, very good explainable words, or dance. You can smile at me, you can laugh at me, but dancing makes me so relaxed. I can get rid of my anger, or I cry on my own.
Or kickboxing?
I couldn't manage that, Gerard. My wrists are not suitable.
But I think it makes sense. If you ask me seriously about how to handle your emotions, I would say make a ritual. Make something what you follow just subconsciously. So, like Lady said, write this down. It can be anything. When I angry, I have to, I don't know, read a number of my credit card, for instance. Something like this, just a ritual. You know, you do that every time without any thinking, and it will like postpone your emotion, and it will calm you down, or something like this. It's my way. I would say.
My yoga teacher told me to write everything on a piece of paper, and but don't read it again, she said. So I write everything, tear the paper into pieces, and I felt relaxed.
Okay, Vasants, please.
Yes, and I think the idea of practicing boxing might help to reduce your anger, because thinking of the person inside the sandbag and you're punching at it, that might help. Yeah.
But I would add it will help not only with anger. It will help with sad. It will help with anything, because you just change the chemistry of your body. You just change your mindset. Am I right, Gerard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have a routine, if you have something that distracts you, it will change your feeling, because we are still animals. So our mindset like depend on our body state and all these things. Yeah.
The speaker said something while she was talking. She said, "Erase the taboo." I love it.
Yeah. Sergey shares that he's jogging to what? To feel sad, to feel angry.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel angry. I try to have the
Yeah.
aerobic way, jogging and bicycling. That's help for me for to manage my angry energy to body, and
Yeah.
I have the good emotions after that, and it works for me, and after jogging I feel better me, and during the jogging I try to understand. It's four steps this video. I try to understand why I angry, why I sad, why I envy to other person, and it's helped me, and after that I have good ways for solve my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think jogging will help even if you don't think too much, because it's dopamine, right? If you jog enough, it will help just because of chemistry. Do you know this? Dopamine is just a hormone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which your body produce when you jog enough.
And you lift weight. If you lift weight like Arnold as well,
Yeah. Yeah, I
pumping
have
iron. Pumping iron.
I have my box like bag, how we call this, for this,
Glow.
Sometimes when I feel that I'm angry for my colleagues, and I start to be rude, not too polite, I take a pause and I beat my sandbag, without instead of my colleagues. It helped me.
Unfortunately,
Leila, please.
I used to eat my nails.
Yeah. Nice idea.
No, not now.
Yeah, but some people scratch, right? Some
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, we have a lot of body gestures because when we have stress or something, I suffer from this too. Yeah, I cannot handle it too good. Okay, is there something that we not covered? Actually, I had a question for you, but I don't know if you have an answer for me. So, lady mentioned 2 books in this TED talk. Just read this and that, and both books that she mentioned, both books were written by women, authors. Why? What do you think? Because women better in emotions in these studies, or just coincidence? Leila, what do you think?
I don't think so. It could be by coincidence, because emotional intelligence is something different, and a lot of scientists also studied on it, Ivan.
Yeah.
I told you before, there are lots of types of intelligence. We had a kind of test to find out what kind of person we are when intelligence test is concerned. So, by coincidence.
Yeah, but I was trying to make a segue. Sometimes we have a stereotype that women just like more emotional or told to show more emotions or something. Do you think that
Yes,
there
yes,
is a difference?
but emotional intelligence is for everybody.
Yeah,
Emotions
yeah, I know.
are for ladies. I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
Sergey, please.
Yes, about the women, because why the women are the author, and one book's the author's men, for to to be honest. But if you listen the Layla during our TED talk, you start to understand why women more emotional and they understandable better than men, because in our society we praise the men. Like you don't cry, you don't feel, you don't could to stay the poker face before other situation. But for women, you talk, you're a girl, you can cry because you girl. And the women, it's my opinion, the women understandable better in emotional than men.
Yeah, they have more freedom, you say, yeah? They have, like, yeah, more freedom. Yeah. Vasants, please. Or Gerard,
I
sorry.
mean,
Yeah.
I know about emotional intelligence from a long time because I read something from a psychologist writer named Daniel
Pa-
Goleman.
Baker.
Daniel Goleman. And you can find
Mhm.
many things about many books and many speeches on the internet. He's very famous. This psychologist,
Okay.
psychiatrist.
Good, good. Okay, we'll put it on our site, for those who don't visit our TED Talks. Vasants, please.
Both men and women go through the emotional and consequences in their life, but I think these two women are tempted by the stereotypes we have in our society that women are more responsibilities when it comes to the emotional intelligence. So I think they might have decided to write a book on it, not the male, because the male would have thought that, okay, who would read if I write a book about emotional intelligence, something like that.
Yeah, so if I write a book how to cry on your workplace correctly, you wouldn't buy it. Yeah, I understand your point, but Gerard just disapproved our conclusion. He just shared a male author of this book. Yeah, but I agree with Sergey that yes, we have some strict rules, some stereotypes for men in many cultures. I think. Vasant, how things are in India? Do you have the difference? If you girl, you can cry whatever you want. If you're a boy, stay calm. Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely a thing. Uh, you are not supposed to cry. Usually, every father say to the son, "Don't cry like a girl," or something like that. I don't know where it's
Don't say that.
Yeah,
To say,
yeah, it's very typical. Yeah, we,
Yeah,
we, we, we laugh about this, but it's very typical. Sometimes you can
yeah.
hear on the street, if you will continue cry, I will buy you a dress. Some father can say, yeah, something like this. It's kind of derogatory, yeah. So, yeah, and I'm guilty at that too. Yeah, Leila, please.
you know what? To have emotions is something good because it shows that we are human beings.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if it's so good, why special lady teach us how to handle them? So.
A mishap. She had a bad experience. She didn't she wanted to show that how to handle your emotions is good.
Yeah. Sergey, please.
Yes, I have the questions for Layla. Is love emotion?
Laugh like uh,
Love, love.
Love.
love. Okay.
Love, love.
Love. Okay. Amor. Let's say amor.
Amor. Yeah.
Amour.
It's a kind of thunderstorm, my dear.
Thunderstorm.
Yes. It's a kind of lightning, I guess. It's the the best feeling.
But is it emotion? Can we call it so? Because usually emotions are short, right? I feel sad. The next moment I'm okay.
I said
Yeah.
feeling.
Is an emotion, yes.
Mm.
A strong emotion.
Yeah, strong one. Yeah. Can we name something the same way strong?
Hatred.
Hatred. It can be.
I agree. Hatred, yes.
Is the opposite. Hatred is the opposite of love.
But it is not the answer for Sergey. Love. Okay, I will tell you what my mom says. Love between a man and a woman, especially for married couples, is forever. And it's a mutual feeling, she says. Is it an answer, Sergey?
Hmm. It's kind of a clue for us that your mother is old-fashioned. No.
Thank you, Ivan.
Yeah, but I told it in a positive context. I am old-fashioned myself. Yeah. Sergey, do you have an answer? Is it okay?
Okay. I don't understand the part of our answer, but okay.
Yeah, so our collective answer. Yes, it's feeling. It's a strong one. Maybe
Yeah.
stronger than hatred, but still an emotion. So, and I think I have like an argument for that. I think that why it's emotion, because we don't have to teach this thing. People just naturally know how to laugh. Yeah.
Mhm.
They will love someone even if they don't watch Bollywood movies. Anyway. Okay, guys, thank you very much for these fantastic discussions. I'm glad that we make it, especially in this way.
And I just want to say thank you to Sergey because I have learned a lot of things from Sergey. Sergey, go
Yeah,
on and just teach us some things from that training.
yeah, but he did not took this training, Leila. He just imposter. He just pretend. Am I right, Sergey?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again. Thank you very much, and see you next week.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye.